Hello.
Can you tell me a little bit about you?
Hello everyone. My name is, and I am currently pursuing my BBA in Interior and Spatial Design at Bangalore School of Design and Technology. I'm here today because I'd like to share my story or my journey of how I got into this institution.
Nice. We would love to hear your story. How did you find BSD?
Let me go back a little bit into the past to give you guys some perspective. Initially, I was a student at a very reputed architecture college, but then decided to drop out in my fourth semester. There were obviously multiple reasons why I did this. I'm sure no student wants to go through 2 years and then drop out and then do another course. Obviously, it's quite a hard take on anybody. So there were many reasons, but one of the major reasons for me is that I was not satisfied with the way I was learning architecture or design. I wanted to learn things at a much more practical point of view. So I wasn't very happy, and so that was one of the major reasons. Another one could be that most of the faculty were new graduates and had no prior experience in architecture. And there were few visiting faculty for sure, but there wasn't any real practical application taught or necessary things that I would need to know to actually be able to be an architect or even just a designer in the real world. So I was really passionate about this field, so I decided to go through with the first 2-3 semesters and then started slowly losing touch with actually enjoying design and enjoying architecture. It wasn't really inspiring me to come up with new designs or aspire to be a great architect in the future. And this started to dim my light, and I started to realize that that is not something I want to happen, because I am the kind of person who wants to be better every day and wants to have a goal, wants to achieve it. And so I was starting to get bored, and I was starting to not like my classes. I was starting to not have attendance because I didn't want to attend my classes because they were just mostly theoretical, and I wasn't learning actually how to build a brilliant building or how to be able to even think openly and see all my possible options, or look at a better general way to put that is to see design from different perspectives, to be more open-minded about it. I knew I wasn't learning that. So then I decided to do something about this. I decided, okay, it's time to give thought to this problem. It's time to look at it. And so I decided to go talk to a couple of my seniors who were in the higher semesters to gather information to figure out if maybe, okay, fine, the first 3 semesters we're learning mostly theoretical stuff, no practical application and whatnot, but maybe as we go, it's a 5-year course. So I was hoping that, maybe in the upcoming semesters, they teach us more about what is design, the core of design, how to look at it, how to approach design, how to approach being an architect or a designer. But they also told me that is not the case. It's basically the 5th semester it's a repeat of the 3rd semester. Like, you have the same subjects, you have your building construction, you have your subjects, yes, all necessary subjects. They do teach you a lot of things, the math, very practical, but it just didn't satisfy me. Like, I was losing my creative touch. It was starting to, I took up design or took up being an architect because I didn't want it to be monotonous, but it started becoming very monotonous, almost like maths, and that's not what I wanted to do, right? I chose this career path because I wanted to be open-minded, I wanted to be creative, I wanted to meet new people, think new things, be faced with challenges on a daily basis. So luckily, my cousin did a course at this college called, here we are, Bangalore School of Design. And she did this graphic design course, I think, for about just 6 months. But I was like mind blown. Like, the pace at which she learned, the curriculum, it was all absolutely fantabulous. And like, she picked up graphic design. She was able to look at design so fresh, and she enjoyed what she was doing. And that is what I was looking for. So I decided, okay, why not give it a shot? Why not, look up this college, research about it, and find out if maybe this is what I need to be doing. Maybe this is where I need to be. So I decided to look it up. I did quite a bit of research. Online, their website is quite good. I did look up their website, but then I interacted with a couple of students and I visited the college, and only then came to realize that the whole experience here is so different. Like the way they approach design, the way they approach teaching, the effort they really put in to make sure every student has their own unique edge is quite amazing, and it got me really impressed, and I immediately decided that this is probably the place for me.
Yes, I can see that after a lot of thought and planning, you have joined BSD. So can you tell us about your learning experience here and BSD, and what makes you think that this is the right track?
Okay, so I'll answer the first question last. Why I think this is the right track? See, first, this is my perspective. I believe that here, the way they teach design, I'm able to understand it so fluently. Like any doubt I have, any mistake I made is addressed with a different sense, right? Like in another college, if I make a mistake in my design, I am just told that it is wrong. But here I am explained why that could not work out and how I could make it work out in a very similar way. Like that is design. I'm able to look at it better. Like I'm able to break down my problems and change them and make them better. So, to me that is design. Like that is why I'm able to design things I design and understand design and fall in love with it. So I think if you pick something, you should be able to fall in love with it and you should be able to like it. And that is what happens here at BSD. Like I fell in love with architecture and being a designer all over again after coming here. So to me, that is why it seems like this is the right path, right? Because you have to be passionate about what you do. You have to be passionate about what you want to learn or what you want to be. So I'll also tell you a little bit about how the learning goes about, so you get some insight as well, right? Because I'm sure a lot of you watching this video who have come this far watching this video, I'm sure y'all are interested in this college and you'd probably want some insight. So I'll try and give that to you right now. So right now I'm in my third semester here at BSD at the BVA program, and every semester has had design as an integral part. Like initially they kind of broke down what design is. Like I had a preconception in my head about what design would be and how it could be looked at, but that was just wiped clean slate, and it showed me like that design is unique to everybody. Everyone approaches it in a unique way. Like if I ask two people to make a particular product, they will not make the same product. They will make their own products, which are both just as effective, just as good, and just as interactive. So that is what design is, right? That's why we need designers. It's a job that will never run out because you need to have your own unique sense of edge that computers or monotonous tasks cannot give you. So another thing is that we have numerous construction site visits. On-site learning happens. That's another great experience. It's just beyond architecture drawings. Like in my previous college, it was mostly about submitting drawings and reaching these particular deadlines. But here I'm going on-site, I'm feeling the materials, I'm knowing exactly what I'm working with. We work with we learn in college itself to work with multiple vendors, marble layers, plumbers, civil engineers, landscape designers, so many people who are connected to architects, right? It's a very big field. Making a building is not just one person's task. So we learn how to interact with these people. Not only learn how to interact, but also learn how to integrate all these different people, because that is the job of an architect. It's to bring together all these people to be able to make a building or anything and come up with the best possible outcome you can. So honestly, it gave me so much confidence. Like studying here gave me so much confidence, because as you study here, you kind of learn how to work in the real life. Like they give you projects, they make you interact with people who are already in the industry, a lot of connect in the college, so a lot of interaction, and it absolutely boosts your confidence. Like you're able to put out your designs, you're able to think freely. Another thing that I'd like to mention is that we have an in-house like practicing studio called Design Studio, and like that's like immensely useful, like very useful. So like I'll explain why. Like firstly, like when you're learning these theoretical aspects, you understand what is design, you're able to draw, you're able to even think creatively and make designs, but you don't really know the design process that goes on. After that, what? After you make your design, what happens? Because that is also part of being an architect, right? It's not just putting up the design, but it's the end product. So here we have like live access to live projects that are going on in Design Studio. So we have access to the whole design process, every detailing that goes into designing, every single design phase from the beginning to the end, all the ongoing projects we have access to. So we get to study these projects, learn these projects, and there are very different projects. Like one is somewhere in like Kodaikanal, and there's another one right in the city. So we get exposure to different kinds of projects, how different materials are used in different projects, different terrains, where you would use these materials, for what purpose, what reason. But the thing that impacted me the most was from Design Studio. I was able to see different materials coming together to create space. To create a space that you envision, and that was really cool to see. So that's another aspect that really pushed me to pick this college, is because I'm literally getting to work with like very well respected architects, like by just being a student. That's some great exposure, like for sure. And apart from these design tours that we also do, like we're taken to tile shops, we're taken for different workshops to see, to get exposure, to learn. We had a crafting workshop as well, and multiple workshops, packaging workshops. So apart from these design tours, workshops, and leading industry experts that come on, visit our campus and give us input, campus life altogether, the way people are here, the way they're put together, being able to work on your own classrooms, paint those walls, and the friendly environment and the family that's built here is what pushed me to make this choice. And putting everything together, it made me realize that this is one of the best choices I have ever made, and that is why I'm sitting here, and I wanted to share my story with you. And thank you guys, thank you for listening all the way.
Thank you so much. Yes, indeed, you mentioned that you had made one of the best choices in your life, because one simple decision a student makes can break or make their career. Like this person who has just given us this interview, please reimagine your future with Bangalore School of Design. Let's all of us build a better design world. Thank you.